everyone, it's Car from Enchanted Vines. Today I wanted to just do a quick video on how I safely ship my wreaths. So to start, I buy my boxes in bulk through Amazon. Sometimes you can get them through Staples. This one is a size 20 by 20 by 8 because we're shipping a full wreath. Typically the boxes I use are 20 by 20 by 6. Obviously you want to get the tightest box for a few reasons. One is to reduce the cost of shipping. The other is that if something has too much room to move and shift, it could get damaged in the process. So to start, we are going to glue our box from side to side and up and down. Let's see if I can get up here. This one being short is a drawback. And I know this tape is so noisy. So I've taped the seam, and I'm going to go back and tape it 2 more times on the side. Okay, so like a cross. Now the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to use pipe cleaners. We're going to secure our wreath to the bottom of our box, and that's really important to prevent it from, again, shifting where it could get damaged. So I use this handy dandy tiny screwdriver, and what I'm going to do is make 2 holes here, feed it through. So it's going through 2 layers of cardboard. And I'm going to repeat that. Usually I do this on the floor, so it's not quite as clumsy, but okay. So we're gonna feed this through. And actually how I typically do it, or how we typically do it, is my dad is what I call the head of the shipping department, and he'll come over and we'll make a batch of about 15 of these and get them all prepped. Oops, I'm doing that backwards. And that way, if an order comes in and it's ready to ship, I can literally get it out within a day, which is always a goal. Okay, so once these are in, we're gonna add tape over them because this box could get exposed to moisture and you don't want anything to come in through the chenille stems. All right. Now, I don't know about you, but I love mail that feels like an experience. Like there's like a trademark to it, or there's like a color scheme or something that I'm just very familiar with, and it just brings me a positive experience. So I do mix up the tissue paper that I use for winter and fall, just to reflect the seasons. But in general, I go with this pink and green palette. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay 1 piece of tissue paper in the bottom. Now I'm going to take my wreath, which this is the lemon wreath that you may have seen me make the other day, and I'm going to place this in. This is why we had to go with a larger box. This is just a very full design. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pipe cleaners and I'm going to find a thicker branch of the grapevine, just a single branch, and I'm going to feed this through and twist it off. I know some people use zip ties, so that works too. You know, I wonder sometimes if there are certain things that people maybe don't want to order because they're not sure it's really going to arrive intact. So it's definitely worth taking the time to ship things thoroughly. All right, so now we've got, as you can see, our wreath is in there, it's not going anywhere. So I like to always have some colorful tissue. So for this time of year, I'm going with a lime green and a pale pink. I'm just tucking these in each of the corners. Okay, so there you go, pretty, pretty. And then this is, for most of the year, this is the tissue paper I use. It's Magnolia. I get it off of Amazon in bulk. So I'm going to lay this over the top. Then I'm going to take any materials that I have. So This is a really special client of mine, so I have a handwritten note for her, and I have some marketing materials on if you refer a friend. I'm going to place those up top. Now I'm going to seal this box, again taping in a cross pattern. Okay, so make sure all of our greens are tucked in, like so. We're going to tape. Strong tape is definitely important. I know this is obnoxiously loud, but it's good tape. Also something I get in bulk off of Amazon. Okay, so you can see there it is. And then when I put my label on, I put it in the top left corner. And typically I'll add just a little bit of tape just to make sure. I really haven't had an issue. Okay, so this is how I ship my boxes or ship my orders. So let me know if you have any tips or tricks that you use, and if you found this video helpful. I'd love to hear about it. Thanks so much.